You're watching Alabama News Network at 10 with Daryl Hood and Stephanie Hicks.
On the day set aside to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Montgomery City and County officials announced that a statue of Dr. King will be installed on Dexter Avenue later this year. That prompted some people to ask, what took so long? Senior political reporter Tim Lennox has more in his Alabama News Network Extra, King at Last.
There is no shortage of statues of Martin Luther King Jr. You can see them in cities around the world and in dozens of places in the U.S. Most recently, this statue on the grounds of the Georgia State Capitol, and this monumental statue on the Mall in Washington, D.C. But there are also statues in Long Beach, California, in Denver, Indianapolis, St. Louis, New York, and not surprisingly, in Birmingham.
And this next one,
Tuskegee sculptor Ronald McDowell will create the new Montgomery statue. He's a California native but has lived in the South since 1986. His work includes statues and paintings of everyone from Michael Jackson to Rosa Parks. McDowell is an art professor at Tuskegee University.
I think this is the most important statue that I've ever done.
Plans for a statue go back several years. Originally, it was going to be placed at the back entrance to the church that bears his name. Now it will be out front, facing Dexter Avenue, King's hand out in a welcoming gesture.
Positioning of the statue once it's erected, where you can see the Capitol and the church, if you took a certain picture. You know, with the sun over the Capitol, the sun facing the Capitol, behind or in front of it. And you get the different shadows and the different hues of Dr. King and the person taking the picture.
The statue will reflect the truth. During his time as pastor, King would stand outside after services and greet each person who had attended. Reverend Cromwell Handy became Dexter King pastor 5 years ago, and he agrees the statue of his predecessor is overdue.
Not only is it about time, but it is about time. And when I say time, I mean from the standpoint of generation to generation, reminding us of the contributions that people like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Made to the modern civil rights movement, as well as the foot soldiers. He could not have done this on his own.
Not too long from now, Montgomery will join the other cities and will have a very public representation of one of its best-known residents, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
He put it in just in a few minutes. He summed the history of 60 years up in 1 minute, and he did it in such a way that anyone looking at it could understand who Dr. King was and why it's important to have a statue of him erected in Montgomery, where the civil rights movement, where all of it started, and right there in front of the church where it literally started, and up the street from the Capitol. I think it was an excellent interview. I enjoyed it. Even if it wasn't me, I really enjoyed watching that. Hi, Mr. Lennox. This is Ronald McDowell. I saw the interview. It was excellent. I really enjoyed it. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And we've gotten so many hits. I mean, people love what you did tonight. Thank you again. Okay, and I promise you I'll keep in touch as I promised you. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye-bye. He said, it meant so much. Thank you. He said, I'm glad you liked it. Really? He said he appreciated me calling him.